everyone, and welcome back to another Legacy Cube draft. Been a while, did a few of these on stream, decided, I kind of want to play some more. So, very different draft strategy than Vintage Cube, we'll say. And in this pack, there's a few different things. We could take, like, the Glacial Fortress and try and go into blue-white control. We could take Scarab God and try and do Dimir Reanimator, which I've heard is probably the best deck in this format. I'm gonna go with the Scarab God. Let's try and shoot for the Reanimator. Alright, pack 2. Do we have anything that helps us play Reanimator? Verdant Catacombs, maybe? Otherwise, there's Council's Judgment. It's not too late if we wanted to try and do blue-white control. I'm gonna take the Verdant. Alright, in this pack, we've got Ashiok, we've got Entomb. Entomb is huge if we're going to be doing the reanimation stuff. Mystic Confluence is an excellent blue card, but if you're going to try and go for the Reanimator strategy, you want to go for, you don't play anything that's not reanimate as quickly as possible. So I'm going to try and force, basically, at this point, the reanimation strategy. So Una's Prowler is a discard outlet. We have Opt to help get through our deck a little bit faster. Yeah, I think we take Una's Prowler. There's Gonti, Read the Bones, Pestermite. I think I take Read the Bones here. Gonti's good and all, but Read the Bones helps draw us into the cards we need to get to. Shieldred. Shieldred is an excellent reanimation target. It reanimates your other reanimation targets while taxing your opponent's board, literally putting them in the abyss. So, we'll take Shieldred. Sorry about that. Had a YouTube video left open, apparently, that was left playing. Prismari Command, the looting mode on that matters. Kolagon's Command's not bad. Buried Alive helps set up for a reanimation play, so I think I'm going to take Buried Alive. The trick to playing Reanimator in Legacy Cube... Well, go get the ball. At least the best that I've been, it's been described to me, is that you want only to set up for a reanimation as fast as possible and reanimate the most broken thing you can. And I know that that's kind of what you do in Vintage Cube. There's just less ways for your opponent to recover from it. Okay. Phyrexian Obliterator will probably wheel. We definitely take on Burial Rites here. Faithless Looting would not be bad, especially if we could splash for it. Agadeem's Awakening, there's a Bayou. Agadeem's Awakening is a reanimation spell, but it will reanimate almost nothing in that we plan on reanimating. I should say that much. I think I take the Bayou just on the off chance I maybe need to splash green for something. Pelucranos, Phyrexian Arena, Vindicate. I think I'm going to take Arena. I don't know that I'm going to play Arena, though. Ashiok is in general a pretty good card. Liliana's Triumph is removal. I'll take Ashiok. Stomping Ground. I don't think Faithless Looting can actually show up in, by the time we get our force, but I'll take Stomping Ground just in case I need to splash. Lava Claw Reaches in case I need to splash. Satyr Wayfinder is a decent card to splash along with Overgrown Tomb, so we could splash green. We've got 3 good green sources. Okay. In this pack, there's Archon of Coronation, which is a 6-mana 5/5 that makes you the Monarch. But as long as you're the Monarch, you can't lose life. There's Thirst for Knowledge, which is a good discard outlet. There's Underground Sea, which is great fixing. There's Mana Confluence and Coalition Relic. I think I take Underground Sea. What's interesting is in this format, almost all of the fixing goes until really late for some reason that I can't figure out yet. So I'm going to take the fixing as much as I can, at least whenever it makes sense. Polluted Delta is fantastic. We have a ton of lands that can fetch between Bayou, Underground Sea. No reanimation spells in this pack. No creatures we want to reanimate necessarily. So take Polluted Delta. Hornet Queen is a reanimator target. There's a Blood Crypt. We don't necessarily need red mana, especially now that we don't have Faithless Looting. So I'm going to take Hornet Queen. Hopefully we get Remove Soul or Hero's Downfall. Those would be about the only other things that I could imagine taking. Okay, I will take Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. We have Unburial Rites. That's our only reanimation spell. We gotta really be on the lookout for a reanimation spell. I'll take Ulamog. Obviously, if we could get Reanimate and then just turn 2 Entomb Reanimate, or turn 1 Dark Ritual Entomb Reanimate, that'd be amazing. Ponder helps us get through our deck faster, try and get to whatever we need to get to. So I will take Ponder. I guess the Scarab God is technically a reanimation spell as well. It's just a lot slower and shrinks a lot of our Reanimator targets. Okay, Ilharg is a Through the Breach. There's Control Magic. Impulse is Consistency. There's also Grim Monolith. But we're not actually going to be casting a whole lot. I think we just take the Impulse here. Dark Slick Shores, Elesh Norn, Recurring Nightmare, and Packrat. I think our fixing is probably going to be good enough. And I think I take Recurring Nightmare because it's one of the strongest reanimation spells there is. Unfortunately, we're passing on one of the big reanimator targets in Elesh Norn, but Atarka is a good reanimator target, and we could splash red if we wanted to actually have a chance of casting it. Whip of Erebos is pretty great as well. Just all of your creatures gaining lifelink is pretty reasonable. I think I'm going to take Atarka. Mana Confluence, more fixing. Alright, well, Aldrin's Epiphany is the only spell in this pack really in our colors. I could play Angrath's Rampage, but I don't think I'm going to need a lot of her. Extra turns sound fun. Nighthawk Scavenger, I'll take Remove Soul. I guess I can have some controlling elements if I'm not getting everything I need. Ink Eyes is kind of a meme. Ilharg, I technically could see us doing. And Elesh Norn came all the way around. Last pick Elesh Norn. She does really only fit in the Reanimator archetype, so. We're looking for Reanimate, Animate Dead, Shallow Grave, etc. So I will take Animate Dead here. That is definitely the best card for us. Just turn 1, instant speed and tomb on our opponent's end step, untap Animate Dead. I mean, obviously, if we could get like Iona or anything like that, it would be good. Oko is in our colors. There's nothing really reanimatory in this setup here. So I could play Oko. Yeah, Oko's just good. It's a Scrubland, a Night's Whisper, Kazandu Mammoth. I don't think we would be playing Chromatic Lantern. We probably don't need Utopia Sprawl. Massacre Worm is kind of funny as a reanimator target, but it's just worse than Elesh Norn. So I'll take Night's Whisper. If nothing else, it can draw us to the cards we need faster. Okay. In this pack, there's a Damnation, there's a Valky, there's a Muldrifter, and a Mind Stone. So, I think Damnation is probably the pick for us. We're never ever going to cast Valky, and we have nothing that casts him without paying his mana cost. Otherwise, I could just take Muldrifter. There's more card cycling. Alright, I'll take Muldrifter. Natural Order, we have no cheap, well, we have Satyr Wayfinder, but Natural Ordering into Hornet Queen or Dragonlord Atarka is probably not good enough. There's Tasigur, there's Emery, Fauna Shaman. Let's see, Mimic that. No. I guess I could take Hissing Quagmire or Karn. I think I'm going to take Hissing Quagmire. Okay, Windswept Heath can get Bayou, Overgrown Tomb, and that's really it. There's Nissa, Cavalier of Night, and Kira. I'm going to take the Windswept Heath. You never know, we might pick up like a late fetch or something. Let's see. Hedron Archive, Glasspool Mimic. Upheaval's funny, but we have no way to synergize with Upheaval. Kalitas is just like a randomly good 4-drop. Malicious Affliction is like a double Doomblade. I think we take Kalitas. Scalding Tarn gets Polluted Delta. It can also get Stomping Ground, so it can get green. Kroxa is a little bit outside of our colors. Just a little. There's Crucible, and we do have a number of fetches. I think I take Scalding Tarn, though. We put Stomping Ground back in the deck. Second time I've seen Opposition Pack 3. This card is an archetype all by itself, I learned. So Necrotal is just good removal. Baleful Strix cantrips, though. So I'll take Baleful Strix. Take a random Doomblade. Scrubland makes Windswept Heath fetch black. So take Scrubland. Horizon Canopy is a green land, and we can cycle it. I mean, in between Scrubland, Mana Confluence, and Horizon Canopy, I might actually be able to cast an Elesh Norn if I survive that long. I don't think I play Seachrome Coast, but I will play Fauna Shaman. It's a decent discard outlet, provided I don't have too many other things already. It is also a cheap creature that we can Recurring Nightmare away. I guess I take this Pelucranos, and last pick Upheaval, nobody respects it. Although without a lot of the fast artifact mana, it's a lot worse. I will say that much. Okay. Group creatures separately. What are we dealing with here? Probably don't need Doomblade, or will situationally need Doomblade. Probably don't need Phyrexian Arena. May not even need Read the Bones. Pelucranos, probably not. I'm gonna run Aldrin's Epiphany. I want to run the extra turn spell. I'm actually happy because I've seen 3 extra turn spells in this cube. I don't know how many there are, but I want to play them. So we have Animate Dead, Recurring Nightmare, and Unburial Rites as our reanimation spells. I think I'm gonna cut Kalitas and we can bring him in versus aggro perhaps. So we actually curve out at like 5, technically 6, and then these 5 cards we're really never going to cast. I'm okay with that. So let's see. Mana base. We need Bayou, Hissing Quagmire, Horizon Canopy, Mana Confluence, Overgrown Tomb, Polluted Delta, Scalding Tarn, and Stomping Ground. So Scalding Tarn can get green if we need it to. Verdant Catacombs, Underground Sea, Scrubland, and Windswept Heath. What basics does it think we need? 1 of each. Probably don't need a Plains. Black is our most important color, but most of our dual lands are black. I definitely want an island. I definitely want a forest. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go no Plains. The old 4 basics wasteland me dot deck. Alright, I'll see you guys in round 1. Alright, round 1. We should get to 4 lands, and we are holding a reanimation spell. We don't have a discard outlet, but I think that's fine. I want to lead on Overgrown Tomb. If we get wastelanded, it's fine. We got enough mana. Opponent leads on Mountain. Oh no, the Fun Police. We untap. Draw Recurring Nightmare. Play Satyr Wayfinder. Let's go ahead and mulch. We hit Muldrifter. No lands. Pass the turn. Well, we can Recurring Nightmare and get back Muldrifter to draw cards. Opponent plays a Mountain. Attacks us for 2. No blocks. Take 2. Draw a Swamp. Play a Swamp. Play Recurring Nightmare. Recurring Nightmare, get back Muldrifter. Draw some cards. Collective Brutality is excellent. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. Attacks for 2. No blocks. We untap. Draw Shieldred. So, play Hissing Quagmire. 3-mode Escalate, Duress, Kill, Drain. Pitching Ulamog and Shieldred. Opponent has Thunderbreak Regent, Koth of the Hammer, and Hellrider. Okay, pass the turn. Verdant Catacombs probably going to get Scrubland. My opponent's probably going to play Koth minus him and then play Thunderbreak Regent next turn. They play Koth and uptick him. We untap, we draw Swamp. So play Verdant Catacombs, fetch Scrubland, play Recurring Nightmare, reanimate Shieldred. I don't even care about attacking with Muldrifter. Pass the turn. Our mana base just feels perfect. Opponent plays Rabble, animates a Mountain, plays Chandra, makes some tokens, makes another token, gets in with haste. Block. Oh, I should have blocked the zombie. Reanimate, or not the zombie, the goblin. Reanimate Ulamog. Get Baleful Strix. Play a Swamp. Play Baleful Strix. Draw a card. Ponder. Play Recurring Nightmare. Reanimate Muldrifter. Sack Baleful Strix. This doesn't even feel fair. Like, not even close. Yeah, I guess I'll attack Koth. I think they have to block because they need the mana to do like a big Hellrider play. Or not. Koth down. Opponent untaps. They got a sack. They lose the token. They make some elementals. And they play Hellrider. They make a token. Big swing. We take 6. Kind of sucks I don't have a way to discard Elishnorn. Block here. Actually. Block here. Block here. I was going to say, unless they have like Rites of Initiation, I think we've got them. We untap. Reanimate Muldrifter. Yep. Nice. Well, that seemed completely fair and balanced. I'll bring in Kalitas, and I'm going to drop, I think, Remove Soul. Remove Soul is really bad versus our opponent. Okay, well, we have Night's Whisper, but nothing else. I think we're going to mulligan. We really need a reanimation spell, and we found it. We just don't have anything else going on. I can foretell this Aldrin's Epiphany. I think we keep it because we have more discard spells than we do have reanimation spells. I'm going to put back a Tarka, even though that's our best reanimation target. Opponent plays Fire Drinker Satyr. There's a really good chance we just get run over. Hissing Quagmire is a good start. Opponent plays a Dragonkin Berserker, hits us for 2. We draw Scrubland. Play Scrubland. Foretell. Pass the turn. Opponent plays Birgi. Attacks for 4. We go to 14. We untap. We draw Ulamog. I did not mean to play that swamp. I meant to play the Mana Confluence. Alright, pass the turn. Come on, Collective Brutality. Opponent plays a Ghost Quarter into a Hell Rider. That's pretty good. I don't think Kalitas is enough. I think we're actually just dead. If I'd played Ashiok, we maybe had a chance, but not a lot. Yeah, we're dead, actually. They revealed their hand having Incinerate and Zealous Conscripts. I don't think I want Doomblade. Just run it back. We kept a pretty bad hand, and I wasn't willing to mulligan more aggressively, and then I also misplayed. Well, we had a reanimation spell. All of our colors have mana, but I think this is a mulligan. Buried Alive and Ashiok. Maybe this works. I'm going to put back Elish Norn. We'll lead on Scalding Tarn, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Plays a Mountain. No 1-drop. Okay. So let's go get Underground Sea. We untap. We draw Collective Brutality. That's good. We're going to need a reanimation spell, though. Play Verdant Catacombs. Pass the turn. We're going to go get Overgrown Tomb tapped, I think. Or Stomping Ground, but probably Overgrown Tomb. Opponent untaps. They play a Mountain. Young Pyro. Okay. So let's go get Overgrown Tomb. We untap. We draw Muldrifter. I really want a Brutality here. I think I'm gonna. Duress, kill, drain. Let's go black, black. I'm gonna 2-mode. We're gonna kill... I'm gonna kill Duress. And I'm gonna pitch Mana Confluence. Searing Spear, Chain Lightning. Well, take the more efficient of the burn spells. Pass the turn. I'll probably end up evoking Muldrifter next turn. Opponent plays Ghost Quarter. And they play Anax, Hardened in the Forge. We untap and draw an island. Let's go ahead and evoke Muldrifter. Leaving up blue-black because we do have Ponder. So draw some cards. Night's Whisper, Polluted Delta. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent plays Imperial Recruiter. Increases the size of Anax. Gets Rabblemaster. We get hit for 3. Down to 15. We untap and draw Ulamog. Play Polluted Delta. We'll go ahead and put... We have to put creatures into our grave. So we'll put away Elish Norn, Sheoldred, and probably Atarka. Then we're going to fetch Scrubland and cast Night's Whisper. Whoops. Really hoping we hit that reanimation spell. We did not. We can cycle Horizon Canopy to try and find it. The plan is, I think, to reanimate Elish Norn. Because that deals with all of the tokens that Anax makes, as well as like every creature they have in their hand. Alternatively, we reanimate Sheoldred if we think we can survive a turn. Opponent plays a land, so they could Dragonkin Berserker, or they can play Goblin Rabblemaster. Rabblemaster represents more damage over time, so they play Rabblemaster. They're going to hit us for 6, we're going to go to 6. And we really, really, really need to draw Recurring Nightmare, Animate Dead, Unburial Rites. Alright, Ponder. We don't want any of those. There's Recurring Nightmare. So play Horizon Canopy. Play Fauna Shaman. I should have played Recurring Nightmare first, actually. But they don't have Lightning Bolt in hand. We know their whole hand. So we gotta get Elish Norn here. Okay. Opponent makes a bunch of tokens to Anax that all just die to Elish Norn. Problem is, if my opponent has a land, they Zealous Conscripts and we die. They Searing Spear our face. They have another burn spell? Oh, they Incinerate. So they drew Incinerate that turn. Well, it was close. That was fun. I'll see you guys in round 2. Alright. I don't know if I want to keep just Oko versus a blind opponent. This works, though. We'll put back Hornet Queen. Oh, I need green mana, but that's fine. We'll get green mana, right? Opponent leads on plains. We draw Ponder. Play a Swamp. Pass the turn. Opponent plays an island. Let's go ahead and entomb. We'll put, I guess, Ulamog into the grave. We untap. We draw Bayou. Play Bayou. Play Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Plays a Plains. Passes. We draw Verdant. Go to combat. Attack for 2. So our opponent appears to be control. Well, attempt Recurring Nightmare. If they've got a counterspell, they'll use it. What's more likely is my opponent has Path or something to deal with the Ulamog in particular. Alright, pass the turn. It might even just be like Oblivion Ring. They put it back in my hand like a jerk. Good old petty theft. Opponent plays a swamp. Elite Spellbinder. So they can take something from our hand and make it cost 2 more. Honestly, if they take Ulamog, that's pretty good. I would have taken Ulamog, because this conceivably I can get to 5 mana and play. If you take Ulamog, there's just nothing I can do about that. Play Verdant Catacombs. Fetch. Get an Underground Sea, and let's go ahead and ponder. Put back, put back, put back. We will not shuffle. We draw Collective Brutality. And let's go ahead and 3-mode this. Duress, kill, drain. Black, black, pitch Island and Ulamog. Opponent has Sphinx's Rev and Compulsive Research. Take Sphinx's Rev. Pass the turn. Compulsive Research is good, but they have a Thron Dynamo, so in theory they can get to enough life. They play a Plains, then they play Thron Dynamo. Now they're going to Compulsive Research. They discard a Plains. They have 3 new cards in hand. Now they'll really get us if they can daze this Recurring Nightmare. We draw Satyr Wayfinder, play Scrubland, play Recurring Nightmare. Yet taking the Ulamog there was definitely the correct play for Spellbinder. Because it's like, how do I even get it back? I'm never going to make it to 12 mana. Not unless my opponent just, like, falls asleep at the computer while laying on their F6 key, I guess. So, 7 mana, opponent plays Battle Ball. Well, if we Satyr Wayfinder into Elishnorn, that'll be funny. Alright, we untap, draw Overgrown Tomb, play Wayfinder. Looks like they're holding up Path mana. We mulch, getting a Windswept Heath. So we're going to Recurring Nightmare, get back Ulamog. Play Overgrown Tomb tapped, then play Recurring Nightmare. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps, 6 mana, 7 mana. Amaria's Call, they make some Angels. Alright. Oh, and it makes their creatures indestructible this turn? That's good, I guess. So they're going to attack, pump the Battle Sphere, and do a bunch of damage to us. Well, we got a block, but we still take 4 damage. We untap, we draw Unburial Rites. So play Windswept Heath, go to combat, exile the top 20 cards of my opponent's deck. They basically get to see their whole deck here. Dark Ritual, Thoughtseize, Inquisition. If they have any counterspells, they're either in their deck or they're holding it right now. It looks more like black-white, just like black-white good stuff / attrition, with a little bit of focus on blue for things like card advantage. So we're going to Recurring Nightmare, sack Ulamog. I was hoping we would hit Elishnorn. Play Recurring Nightmare. Reanimate Sheoldred, I suppose. Actually, no, I need to reanimate Ulamog again. Then we'll replay Recurring Nightmare, so it's on board. Pass the turn. So opponent has to kill us or have an answer to Ulamog this turn. Recurring Nightmare is incredibly powerful. Like, I'm pretty sure this card is banned in Legacy, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. It's banned in Commander. Huh. For some reason I thought it was banned in Legacy. I suppose it's not powerful enough to see play, just because it costs 3 mana. And, like, why wouldn't you just reanimate or animate dead, because that costs a lot cheaper? But, like, the effect is so strong, because it's just like, alright, you killed the thing, I'll reanimate it again. Like, it seems broken. I don't think we want Remove Soul, but we might want Doomblade. Alright, we'll try it like that. Alright, we have some redraws, we have an Ulamog, but no way to do anything, so I'm gonna mulligan. We have Entomb, Muldrifter, and Sheoldred. I think this is fine, so we'll put back Hornet Queen. If I draw white mana, I can Entomb on Burial Rites. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to evoke Muldrifter, and hopefully that gets me somewhere. It's tough without actual Reanimate. A lot of my opponent's removal is Bounce or Exile, though, so we do need to be aware of that. Tide Hollow Sculler. That's annoying. They either take Entomb or they take Muldrifter. They take Sheoldred? I don't know about that. Play a Swamp. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They attack us for 2. No blocks. Go to 18. Then they pass. So they're stuck on 2 lands. We untap. We draw Overgrown Tomb. Play an island. Let's go ahead and play Ashiok. Because if they don't have Skyclave Apparition, and they don't have enough damage to kill Ashiok, Ashiok is going to present a huge problem for them. Well, we got Brazen Borrower, and we just hit 2 lands as well. Not a good thing to see when you're missing lands. Opponent untaps. They have at least a 2-mana play. Luminarch Aspirant. Okay. So they attack Ashiok for 3. Ashiok goes down to 2. We untap. Draw Recurring Nightmare. Uptick on our opponent. Exiling land, Elspeth, land. Play Bayou. Pass the turn. I think I'm just gonna leave up Animate Hissing Quagmire, which is only kind of bad if they have Path. Opponent plays Hallowed Fountain. Untapped. And they're gonna Thoughtseize us. Sure. They take Muldrifter. They go to combat. Luminarch Aspirant triggers. Counter on the Sculler. They attack Ashiok and attack us. So, animate the Hissing Quagmire. Block here. Go ahead and entomb. And I think we put Unburial Rites in the grave. I mean, I could put, like, Ulamog, and then all I have to do is get a creature, which I have under Ashiok. Alright, put Ulamog in the grave. We lose Hissing Quagmire, they lose Tidehollow Sculler, and we get Shieldred back to our hand, and they pass. Well, we know they don't have Brazen Borrower because we have their Brazen Borrower. And they don't have double blue, so it's not like they've got Counterspell. Play Recurring Nightmare. -3. This is only really terrible if they have Path. So Recurring Nightmare. We'll get back Ulamog. Containment Priest. Alright, you got me. That's pretty good. So now we lose Ashiok. Ulamog goes to the Exile Zone. Opponent untaps. I don't think I saw this when I was looking through their deck. 3 mana. Elite Spellbinder. So I need to draw Doomblade to take care of Containment Priest, I think. Otherwise I need to top deck both white sources running to get to Elesh Norn. Although Elesh Norn doesn't work if they start pumping Containment Priest, so... Yep, that's pretty bad. We take 3. Ashiok down. We untap. We draw Elesh Norn. So play Stomping Ground tapped. But even if I top deck white source, it's not going to be enough. So if I got, like, Oko, I could Elk the Containment Priest, but I think I'm still dead to damage. Opponent played Hollowed Spirit Keeper. They put a counter on Aspirant and attack us for 8. So yeah, I don't think I didn't take Damnation, and I definitely don't have it in my deck. Well, there's one white source. Cycle Canopy. Yep. How unfortunate. Oh, we're going to game 3. I, for some reason, thought that was game 3. Do I have anything I want to bring in? Kalitas, maybe to buy time, if we have a slow hand. Drop, like, Ponder? Or Impulse? Try it like this. I would like to play first. We have Entomb and we have Burial Rites. I'm going to keep. There's only a slight problem if my opponent has Containment Priest. Although Scarab God does get around Containment Priest, I'm pretty sure, because Containment Priest specifies non-token, and it has to enter from the grave. No, it doesn't. It just has to enter without being cast. Okay. We draw Hornet Queen. Play another Swamp. I do have to discard Unburial Rites if I want to use it. They play Luminarch Aspirant. Let's go Entomb Elesh Norn. They get the Aspirant. We untap. We draw Hissing Quagmire. Play the tap land, pass the turn. I mean, we do have 5 mana to play Scarab God or Unburial Rites. Opponent plays an island, pumps Aspirant, hits us for 3. We go to 17. Untap and draw Ashiok. Play an island. Play Ashiok. Uptick, exiling cards from our opponent's deck. We get Hollowed Spirit Keeper and Tidehollow Sculler. So if they don't have a flash creature or another way to kill Ashiok, we might be able to downtick and get Tidehollow Sculler and actually do a hand check on our opponent. Okay, opponent Skyclave Apparition. They take out Ashiok. They put a counter on Apparition so it won't die to Elesh Norn. And they attack us for 3. We untap, draw Baleful Strix, play Horizon Canopy, and I think I am going to go for the Elishnorn play now. If they have Daze or Spell Pierce, we're in trouble. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They put Elishnorn back in our hand, like a jerk. Luminarch Aspirant, gonna pump itself. We take 7. Going to 6. I kind of need a land to animate this Hissing Quagmire. So play Baleful Strix, and then I need to draw an untapped land so that I can animate Hissing Quagmire and have a good blocking team here. Okay, play Windswept Heath. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They draw. They play Cold Steel Heart. And they put it on white. They go to combat. Counter up Aspirant. No attacks. Okay. So we're going to fetch. Get a scrub land. Untap. We draw Recurring Nightmare, which does nothing to help us. So I could play out Scarab God, but Scarab God is going to be quickly outclassed. I think I got to pass. And just leave back this Hissing Quagmire. And if my opponent has like another creature, we're probably done. Okay, opponent plays a Plains. They play Elite Spellbinder. Okay. They get to take a look at our hand. They have enough mana left over, they can flash Brazen Borrower. I think they have to take Elishnorn, because I think that's what we're relying on casting. Alternatively, if we can land Hornet Queen, we'll have a wall of Death Touch blockers. So I guess Hornet Queen or Elishnorn both kind of are good here. Although Hornet Queen is harder for us to play, we have to actually draw another green source. Because I fetched Scrubland instead of Bayou. They exile Ulamog. Interesting. They go to combat. They counter up Spellbinder. No attacks. And they pass. We untap. We draw Bayou. Play Bayou. Is it better to play Elishnorn or Hornet Queen? I think it's actually better to play Elishnorn here. Because Elishnorn kills Spellbinder immediately and prevents them from playing Brazen Borrower. The biggest problem here is if they have removal. Hornet Queen plays around removal better. Because if they have a Path, or like an Oust or a Swords, we just die. But it plays Thrawn Dynamo, counters up the Skyclave Apparition, then passes. We untap, draw Night's Whisper, which I think would be suicide to cast now. So we're going to play Hornet Queen this turn. And we're doing this pre-combat to know whether or not our opponent has a counter. I don't think they do, because we saw most of their deck and they didn't. So we get 4 flyers, and then we can attack with this Baleful Strix. Go to combat. Attack with the Strix. Hit them to 16. Opponent has something, probably Sphinx's Rev? Yep, okay. So they play Sphinx's Rev. And they untap. Oh my goodness. If I could draw Collective Brutality, or any discard outlet and put the Scarab God into the grave, I could then like Recurring Nightmare loop to constantly get back Hornet Queen, which would be awesome. So put in place Coercive Portal and Coalition Relic. They go to combat. They put a counter on Aspirant. We untap. And they scoop. Nice! We were drawing Oko and the extra turn spell. Nice. Alright, well, we won a match. I'll see you guys in round 3. Alright, we will be on the play, and this hand is not good. I think Ponder makes this keepable. And I'm gonna put back Ashiok, I think. We really need to find black mana, though. So, play an island. Ponder. Alright. Put it back, put it back, put it back. We will not shuffle. Draw Underground Sea, pass the turn. Put a Blaze of Blades into a bomb. We draw Scalding Tarn. I don't know what's gotten into me. I don't think we have Blood Crypt. So play Underground Sea. Night's Whisper. We draw Aldrin's Epiphany and Entomb. Opponent plays Wasteland. Takes out Underground Sea. Plays Kytheon. Get hit for 1. Black mana, please. Una's Prowler. That is not black mana. Scalding Tarn will fetch Stomping Ground tapped. Pass the turn. I could have foretold Aldrin's Epiphany, I suppose, there. But it plays a Plains. Hits us for 2. We untap. We draw Fauna Shaman. Well, there's a discard outlet. Pass the turn. But it plays a Forest. Attacks for 2. No blocks. They play Night of Autumn. Put 2/1/1 counters on it. We untap and draw Hornet Queen. Well, Duress, target Mom, Drain. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Pass the turn. Silly me. Opponent untaps. They go to combat. They attack for 6. So we block here. Discard Hornet Queen. We go and get Satyr Wayfinder, because it might help us get a land. We take 2 and go to 10. 4 mana, opponent nukes all lands, and that's going to be the game. Fun! So I'll bring in Doomblade over Remove Soul, and Kalitas over Aldrin's Epiphany. Run it back. I would like to play first. I could work with this. Play an island, pass the turn. Doing this to play around the wasteland we know our opponent has. We draw Scrubland, play Polluted Delta, get Bayou. That's not Bayou, that's a swamp. Pass the turn. Alright, new plan. Okay, opponent plays Selfless Spirit. We draw Fauna Shaman. Play Underground Sea, evoke. Gosh. Kano. Could you not punt for 5 seconds? But it plays a Forest, plays Crucible of Worlds. Alright, we draw Impulse. I'm going to lead on Impulse, take, I guess, the Forest, rest of the bottom. Play Forest, play Satyr Wayfinder, get Verdant Catacombs, pass the turn. If my opponent just Ravages here, I think I probably deserve this. They play Rishadan Port, Ravages of War. They can't play a land this turn, that's fine. So we untap. Draw Scarab God. Play Verdant Catacombs. Pass the turn. I guess there's no reason not to attack here. Opponent untaps. They play a Plains. They attack us for 2. We go to 13. Crack Verdant. Get Overgrown Tomb tapped. We untap. Draw Stomping Ground. Play Scrubland. Go to combat. Attack for 1. Play Fauna Shaman. And if we can draw Recurring Nightmare, I mean, we've pretty much got it, but... Okay, we get Swords. Opponent's going to replay Rishadan Port, or just play a Plains out of hand. Hit us for 2. They play Charming Prince. And a Scry. We untap and draw Elish Norn. Shock Stomping Ground. I don't even think we have anything we want to put in the grave. Buried Alive. So, Hornet Queen, Atarka, and Kalitas. Pass the turn. Come on. Collective Brutality. Put a place Rishadan Port and Mom. So they'll tap us out of black on our upkeep, and that's probably the game. I think we lost all of our blue mana. Oh, they tap Scrubland. Okay. We draw Doomblade. Doomblade Mom. Pass the turn. We're going to have to chump, and then that's going to be it, probably. Because if I've got a block here, Recurring Nightmare no longer does anything. Okay, that means... No, I have to block because they're just going to tap me with Port anyway. So I can't even just top deck Recurring Nightmare. We untap. They tap Scrubland. We draw Mana Confluence. So I could play Mana Confluence, play Oko, and then die. Mono White's good. Mono White is a very strong deck. Alright, well, if you like this kind of content, you want to see more of it, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined, and remember you can follow me on Twitch, same username over there as you find me on here. I stream Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, though the last few have been earlier. And hope you guys enjoyed. You're all wonderful human beings. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!